The weather is brought to you in part by the Water and Sewerage Authority. Water, use what you need.
The meteorological drought warning remains in effect for Trinidad and Tobago as we go through March. Meanwhile, we continue to see the Saharan dust plaguing many islands across the Eastern Caribbean. Now, World Water Day is on Friday, March 22nd. So let's basically take a look at what's happening across those reservoirs. We were talking about the very little rainfall seen in January and February, and that's had an effect on the reservoirs. Navet, as far as March, as 56%, and in Hollis only 61%. And across in Tobago, Hillsborough down to 3/4 of its normal capacity. Now, looking at the satellite picture, basically there's not much to see here in terms of any significant cloudiness. Only up towards the north through Barbados, into St. Vincent, into Grenada, there's a likelihood of a bit of moisture being generated and some showers. But unfortunately for us here in Trinidad and Tobago, it will be a mostly clear night, and that will lead to a sunny start, albeit hazy at times and dull as you go through your afternoon. Only a few clouds and a low chance of a shower as you go through your day. Similarly for Trinidad, looking for clear, cool conditions for most areas. There's a slight chance of a shower, maybe popping up around the beach into Arima first thing in the morning. But overall, any of those clouds coming by will be inhibited by that dry Saharan air, and it will be quite dull and hazy down to South Trinidad as well. San Fernando, Moruga and Guaraguari under hazy sunshine. Now, temperature-wise, by night, looking at a mild 23 degrees Celsius in Trinidad, 24 degrees Celsius, the nighttime low in Tobago, 30 will be the high in Keenan. And we'll see temperatures of 30 through Saturday and Sunday for much of Tobago as we go through the weekend, continuing into Monday. Now, for those with those allergies as well as suffering with the asthma from the Saharan dust, we could be seeing some clearing and some thinning of that dust maybe by Monday. So you should be seeing some relief by early next week. Heading offshore, sailors will now see winds mostly gentle from the east, hovering at 10 knots, which means you'll see smoother seas in the Caribbean, around 1 to 1.5 meters, and short east-northeasterly swells of 7 seconds. There's a high tide at 5 a.m. and a low tide at 11:15 a.m. Now, the Eastern Caribbean remains mostly settled and dry with that Saharan dust around. Up towards the north, we'll see yet another cold front slipping south into Bahamas, still keeping the conditions around western Cuba quite cool. But along the frontal system just ahead of it, warm air is mixing in with the cooler air. That will generate some moisture and some showers, especially up towards the Turks and Caicos Islands. Some of that drifting into Haiti, so maybe seeing a bit of cloudiness around Port-au-Prince. Also quite cloudy around Kingston, Jamaica. Highs of 30 degrees Celsius there. For the Eastern Caribbean, we'll only see a bit of sunshine before St. Kitts. There is a bit more cloudiness. We talked about that. Further south around the Windward Islands. So for St. Vincent and Barbados, maybe not so much so for Grenada. Could be seeing a few showers popping in and out. But for us on Friday, dull and hazy with just the odd shower. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.
The weather was brought to you in part by the Water and Sewerage Authority. Water, use what you need.